The fuel pump is in charge of delivering fuel to your car's fuel injectors, where it enters your engine and creates energy. Low fuel pressure happens when the fuel pump does not send enough fuel. What is low fuel pressure? Low fuel pressure is a condition in which the fuel pressure in a vehicle's fuel system falls below the recommended amount for proper engine operation. Fuel pressure is needed in a conventional internal combustion engine to maintain an adequate and continuous delivery of fuel to the engine for combustion. What are the symptoms of low fuel pressure? 1. Engine performance issues. One of the most common signs of low fuel pressure is an inaccurate air-fuel ratio, which drastically reduces the performance of your engine. When your car performs much worse than expected, it's time to check your fuel pressure. 2. The engine is stalling. If your car's engine stops while you're driving or idling, it's a sign that your fuel pressure is too low. 3. Unresponsive throttle. To function properly, every automobile requires an appropriate fuel supply to its cylinders. If you observe any delays in your vehicle's reactivity, it's likely that something is wrong with its engine fuel pressure. 4. The check engine light. Current electronically equipped autos contain a fuel pressure sensor that automatically detects fuel pressure problems. When your check engine light illuminates, you must utilize an OBD scanner to examine the trouble codes and determine the source of the problem. 5. Engine misfires. Low fuel pressure in your fuel system causes an improper air-fuel ratio, resulting in inefficient combustion. Misfires occur during acceleration or even idle as a result of this. 6. Worn spark plugs. Low fuel pressure indicates a lean condition, in which too much air mixes with your fuel in the combustion chamber of your engine, causing it to run hot. This has the potential to cause your spark plugs to burn or melt. 7. Starting is difficult or impossible. Low fuel pressure can also make starting your car more difficult. Your car consumes a huge amount of fuel during startup, and if it does not receive the necessary amount of fuel, it will most likely not start. What causes low fuel pressure? 1. Fuel pump failure. The most common reason for low fuel pressure is a faulty fuel pump. When the fuel pump slows down or becomes internally damaged, it is unable to push enough fuel to the engine, resulting in low fuel pressure. 2. A faulty fuel pressure regulator. The fuel pressure regulator regulates the amount of fuel in the fuel rail. If the fuel pressure regulator fails, it might cause too much or too little fuel pressure in the fuel rail. 3. Clogged fuel filter. The fuel filter purifies the fuel that enters the engine. If you haven't changed your fuel filter in a long time, you may have a clogged fuel filter, which is creating low fuel pressure. 4. Excessive fuel use by the engine. When your vehicle's engine consumes too much fuel, black smoke emerges from the tailpipe. 5. Fuel injector stuck. If one of the gasoline injectors becomes damaged and becomes stuck open, it can result in low fuel pressure in the rail. 7. Exhaust system burning unburned gas. A faulty fuel pressure regulator may cause a car's engine to backfire. This is due to excessive fuel consumption in the exhaust system. 8. Fuel pressure sensor. The fuel pressure sensor feels the pressure in the fuel rail. If your fuel pressure sensor reads the wrong pressure, it might trick the fuel pressure regulator into releasing the fuel pressure. How do you diagnose and fix low fuel pressure? The best way to repair low fuel pressure is to have a professional mechanic diagnose and repair the issue. If you have prior expertise and knowledge of car maintenance and repair, you can fix the problem yourself by following these steps. 1. Start by inspecting your gas tank. Have you filled your tank with a suitable type of fuel? Is the gas of good quality? Are there any moist places in the tank holding area that could indicate a leak? 2. After properly inspecting your gas tank and finding no problems, proceed to your vehicle's fuel line. Examine the gasoline line for connections, cracks, breaks, and leaks. 3. If the fuel line is free of problems, check your car's battery. You must ensure that your battery is correctly connected to your vehicle. Test the longevity of your battery with a multimeter or power probe. 4. Once you've confirmed that your battery is operational, you can proceed to the gasoline pump of your vehicle. Is there any damage to the fuel pump? Replace and inspect if necessary. 5. After you've completed inspecting the gasoline pump, move on to the fuel pressure regulator. You can test your regulator with a fuel pressure gauge. Finally, if you've examined every component and your vehicle still has low fuel pressure, it's time to take it to a repair. What will it cost to repair the issue? The cost of repairing low fuel pressure varies depending on what you want to repair. Replacement of a fuel pressure regulator can cost between $150 and $600, depending on the type of regulator required and if you perform it yourself, go to a dealership, or hire a private repair. A fuel pump replacement can cost between $75 and $600, depending on whether you fix it yourself or hire a professional. A fuel line replacements can cost between $60 and $1,000. You will spend extra if you have this repaired by a professional mechanic or dealership. A new car battery will cost between $700 and $700. A gas tank leak repair will cost approximately $1,300. Finally, the engine is the most expensive component of your vehicle to repair if you have low fuel pressure difficulties. It will cost you between $4,000 and $7,000. Can you drive with low fuel pressure? It is possible to drive your vehicle with low gasoline pressure, but it is not recommended. You will eventually cause your automobile to stall, not start, or have the engine seize. That's all for this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.